So, are y'all ready to get started?
Mm-hmm.
Quickest way to get there is depression.
True. Or illness.
You'll sleep a lot. You'll sleep a lot.
You lose a lot of weight when you get the flu. Welcome to Strength and Gaming. I'm Samson Lancaster, and I know it's been a while since we've been on air or in your ear holes or on your favorite podcast program or on YouTube. Fuck YouTube. Sorry.
What's up with that whole pop-up blocker deal, man?
I think everybody's pissed about that.
I think everybody's pissed about that. But real quick, though, we do have a lot of news to catch up on. But I just wanted to, really quick, have each of us do, a little catch up because we haven't been around since the 200th episode. I know I released like 3 parts of the 200th episode, and it was a good amount of stuff. But we haven't seen each other for It's been
1 week since I left.
A month. It's been a
month. Yeah.
It's been.
It feels longer.
It does feel longer, actually, because, but the you know what? Yeah, because it was September when we had the party. So
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
It's almost the end of the month.
That feels like a year ago. That was last month.
No, wait, it was August, wasn't it?
It was August. Okay,
August. Holy shit!
Not
even
crazy.
Longer.
It was almost 2 months. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, so a lot of things have happened. I'll start first really quick. I went to Iceland with my wife. I went for Eve Fan Fest. My wife came because Heather came because it's Iceland.
It's Iceland.
Summon the Viking gods.
So before Fan Fest, for the first 4 days, we just did as much touring of Iceland and stuff like that as we could.
You should have legally changed your name to Brunhilde while you were there, though. Missed opportunity.
But so I mean, a couple of the key things that we did do. One, my best advice for anybody that wants to go to Iceland is like 2 really big things. Book the Blue Lagoon as soon as you get off the plane and fly early in the morning, because then if you get there at 6 a.m, nobody's there. You hit the Blue Lagoon, which is really touristy.
It is very touristy.
It turns out it's not as touristy as all the waterfalls, and there are a lot of fucking waterfalls.
When you were walking around, were people saying it's worth it? You're almost there.
The Blue Lagoon is really cool. It's like the Disneyland of giant hot tubs. Okay, and you should do it. But one of the biggest things you should do when you go to Iceland, especially if you're from America, is rent a car and drive everywhere. Just drive. Just take one of the roads, the north or south road, and drive. And you'll just, before you do that, in Reykjavik, or I think there's like 1 or 2 other towns, get your snacks and your food and stuff and water, because it's gonna be
Wait.
Not
I got
anything out there.
A very important question to ask you.
What's
did you go to the Penis Museum?
I did not, but I've been
penises?
to the Penis Museum in Amsterdam, so I guess I'm okay there.
No, it's
but you didn't go to the one in Iceland.
Okay, I didn't go to the Penis Museum in Iceland, but we did see a lot of the sites just driving around. But the biggest thing would be that we did book a couple of adventurous things. We did the first thing we did was snorkeling between the 2 tectonic plates, the Eurasia and North American.
He's just fucking asking for Cthulhu to get you, dude. He's just fucking rolling the dice.
But when I booked that, I thought, because you're looking at it and you see the pictures, you're in the water. It's fucking freezing, by the way. You're wearing full thermal wetsuits and thermal underoos. And it's worse than wearing a suit of armor, and I would assume, but it's very constricting. Anyways, I would assume
you wore that
you could
virginity
touch
suit
either
for
side
years.
of the tectonic plates or whatever. But when you get to it's called Thingvellir National Park,
yeah,
and the tectonic plates are really fucking far apart. I was like, an entire national park fits between them. The thing that you're snorkeling is just a crevasse in the middle of it. The tectonic plates are that far apart, and they're constantly moving. 2 inches a year or something?
Yeah, away from each other. Yeah,
that's insane. That's something that I learned that was over there.
And it's one of the only places you can see that on land. The rest of it is in the ocean.
Yeah, you can stand in the middle of the park and see both cliffs and say that's what, and it's nuts. But also we did ATVing in outside of Reykjavik, like in the country. That was really cool. Definitely a really good experience. They do put you in like a full like body like an coverall thing because it was cold and raining while we were doing it. And yeah, so like it but it was a lot of fun. So with I went to eFanFest. You can listen to my other show about that. However, the latest game that I've been playing and completely and utterly addicted to is Baldur's Gate 3. And yeah, it's I've been playing it with Heather. It's an amazing game. It's really fun with friends. I would recommend that you at least play it with one other person to find it's a little bit more entertaining that way. But also I think Subly could do a Shadowheart cosplay pretty easily.
Oh hell yeah, she could.
I'm that's all there is to it. Kat, what's been up with you lately?
Well, I mean, that's a good segue because I actually started to play Baldur's Gate 3 like a co-op game with a couple of friends of mine. And we haven't gotten very far yet because these new friends I made, we're constantly playing Final Fantasy 14. So that's been my life lately is Final Fantasy 14. I love it so much. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 we just started, so I've met Shadowheart, Asterion, and Gale. And I love it so far. It's really fun and I can't wait to like keep playing it. But yeah, we're kind of in the thick of Final Fantasy 14. And I mean, for anyone that's been living under a rock and doesn't know, it's an MMO, so you're never truly done with it. But my friends are helping me get through the main story quest or the MSQ so that I can be caught up for when the new expansion comes out next year called Dawn Trail. And then we have made a pact that we're all going to play that expansion together and we're not going to like play without the others and we're going to like get through it together. So I'm having a lot of fun with Final Fantasy 14.
Circle jerks only.
Sounds kind of gay to me.
Everybody into the pile.
I mean, I am gay for them. It's fine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I wish I could get back into Final Fantasy. Like I got to where you can get the Dragoon and then I stopped playing.
So you only made it to level 30 on one class?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That sounded like you got called out.
It's like
that's
Jesus Christ.
It's like
them 50, sounded like fighting words.
It's like 50 hours of trudge just to get to that point.
It's not.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
It was boring, dude.
I have a level 90 Black Mage.
Bro,
I have a level 84 Reaper.
It sounds like
I have a level 50 White Mage.
It sounds like you're getting old.
No, well, I had started playing it before. You know how they gave you a free pass up to like level 60,
he did play
right, or something
he
like
did
that.
play it before any of us did, to be fair.
Also, it's much easier to play when you have people to play with.
Yeah, it's more fun when you have people carrying you.
No, not carrying you.
Working
together.
Like, my back hurts.
That's why I don't like playing with Sal, because he force carries everybody. Like, you're not even allowed to play the game. You literally just like, if you want to play with Sal, you're not doing anything.
It's like
my back hurts from carrying you, bitch. Let me play the game. Can I play the game? Everything's dead. There's nothing there.
It's like Finn running through the dungeon, just killing everything. And the dog comes behind them, picking up the shit.
The dog, his name is Jake, you uncultured swine.
I don't even think he's a dog, though, either.
Yes, he is. Technically.
Jake is technically a dog.
He's a magical interdimensional being, but he's also a dog. So it's okay.
Well, but that's all that's really been going on with me game-wise. Other than that, I've just been hanging out, and I want to know what Twin's been up to.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's see. I played both of the Backrooms games.
Backrooms?
Yeah, Escape from the Backrooms and Into the Backrooms.
Yeah.
Is what they're called.
That sounds ominous.
They're both a lot of fun. Both super quick too.
Super quick spooky games.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it sounded like horror.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them like. I didn't think they were spooky. I thought they were more just like stressful because you're getting like chased the whole time.
Interesting. Yeah.
and you're having to like sneak around and not like trigger monsters and stuff and find your way through this thing. I played Assassin's Creed Mirage and beat it on Monday. I really liked it. The ending was a little confusing, but
As is
gameplay,
tradition.
yeah, as is tradition. But gameplay was fine. It
Poor
kind of
Assassin's Creed.
kind of buggy, but not nearly as bad as like Assassin's
yeah.
Creed 3
Welcome to Ubisoft.
or what was it, Unity?
Yeah.
Unity was the
Welcome
one
to
in
Ubisoft.
France, right? That
Yeah.
one was really bad too. This one it wasn't
So-
quite as bad, but
The one that had the brothers, the sister and the brother. Fuck, I have it.
oh, in London,
Yeah, that one was broken as fuck for a long
yeah,
time.
it was Syndicate, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun once it got like a few patches.
Hmm.
I
I
It was
think Black
super short.
Flag is the best one they've ever put out.
Yeah, I only agree with that because it's the only one I've seen play almost all the way through, and Heather loved it. And not only did she love the game, but she played it on the app as well.
But Mirage was like 40 hours to
it's not bad.
100% it, which
Oh.
wasn't bad, but
It's a nice
kinda-
little
it's
quick game.
also felt
that's
kind of
it's a
short.
good. At least it was in like 400 hours of the other ones.
That's yeah. Yeah.
Viking
And then
one.
just today, I started Spider-Man 2 because it just came out.
Nice.
Motorman.
So far, loving it. It is super smooth with combat. Pretty much like kept the same controls as the last game, so it's really easy to just pick it up, and I'm having fun just swinging around New York City.
You've been
Are you
looking
playing it
forward
on
to this
PlayStation?
game. Huh.
Oh yeah. Venom is like one of my favorites, and so I am like so excited to
Ooh,
like.
Venom is in this.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah. As soon like
Symbiote.
they dropped like the first trailer for it at one of the PS5 events, and at like the very end you could hear like, "Yo, we are Venom," and I was like,
Ooh.
I was so excited.
Yeah, when they showed Parker with the symbiote suit, I was like, oh, we're gonna
Yep.
have Venom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about y'all listeners, but this is how I get my news, like being on the show because I didn't do any research.
Dude,
so
Same. Mood.
I'm
Mood.
sorry. Right now, I'm like kind of surprised, legitimately, so and happy that that's a real thing because I never played any of the Spider-Man games, but now I might have reason to.
They're so much fun.
They're fun, yeah.
They're a lot of
That's-
fun.
That's what I hear from. I've heard from Sal for the last 10, 15 years, maybe. How
And they're
long has it
really
been?
well done too. Like I haven't encountered any bugs whatsoever. Graphics are gorgeous. Everything is smooth.
They know
No
what they're doing.
hiccups. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be broken when they release it on PC next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
feel
what
like
all their
that's what I
other
asked.
releases.
You're playing it on PlayStation, right?
yeah, I'm playing on
Yeah.
PS5. I feel like
PS5.
Sony, like their big release titles, it's like Spider-Man, God of War, things like that. Like those games are always really like well done and put together and complete when they come out. I've never had like a huge problem with any of those games.
I think I agree with that, but Sal's face looks like push X for doubt. it just
Mhm.
does. It just really does.
We went to tap F.
F in the chat.
But yeah,
Yeah.
for the most part, their main party titles are always on fucking key, unless you get like a 500 gigabyte patch day one
Yeah.
most of the time.
Hey,
But
at
dude, the
least they're
Spider-Man
patching it.
ones though, the Spider-Man games were fucking tremendous. I still haven't played.
That was
Miles
the first
Morales.
game. Yeah, Miles Morales was the first one that I got on PS5. It came out like with the launch.
Yeah, we
right?
actually have that one as well, I think.
That one, it was good. It just was
It was an
longer than it should have been.
expansion. It was
Yeah,
an
Yeah,
expansion.
yeah.
Sal said it should have been a DLC. or
Yeah.
something.
It felt like a DLC, but then they just kind of like added like some filler to make it a
Mhm.
full game, is what it felt like. But it was still a lot of fun and it was really well done. That's my only complaint on it.
Which seems to be now there's a bit of a consensus because two of us have played it, and it sounds like that's the thing. And yeah, it didn't like. It sounds though like all the Spider-Man games are amazing. So Well, I mean, I guess not all of them. Maybe just the ones that say Amazing Spider-Man. I don't
Yeah, they could be spectacular, but they can't be both.
know.
I do like that the difficulty level, like on Spider-Man, like their names are like Amazing or Friendly Neighborhood or.
Well, that's good that they have some like fourth wall ish type. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Stanley was always known for that stuff anyway. So, but what about you, Sal? Dagum, you been up to anything interesting
Dagum.
lately?
No.
And that's all the time we have for. I'm just kidding.
That'd be
Such a
funny.
bitch.
It's like, let's go to Ollie on the street. It's cold out here.
Yeah,
They cut.
it's raining sideways.
Back to you.
No, I've just been kind of farting around. I tried playing Wayfinder.
You tried playing it? That's all I see. All the notifications I get on Steam. Sal is playing Wayfinder.
Hey, but I'm not putting in the
Sal is
time I would
playing
be if I
Wayfinder.
was if it was like a Monster Hunter game. You'd be like every 20 minutes.
True,
bloop,
true.
bloop. And then I played the next season of Diablo 2.
Any good?
Not really. Like, they added shit. Did they instead of just keeping the game pure and as it was originally released, they added DLC to it. Like, they added more rune words and these new gems that can break like weaknesses.
Yeah, I think I got my necromancer to like level 25 maybe, and then I stopped. I lost interest.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, mainly I've been playing Wayfinder. It's fun. Once it's early release, so it's like very fucking bare bones. But if they release more stuff, I think it's supposed to come out into beta in like a month, like in November sometime. And the art style is fucking amazing on it. If it's like those League of Legend shows and shit.
Oh, on
Those,
Netflix.
Yeah, this is fucking crazy. Very pretty. That's all I've been playing, dude. It's just there's nothing out right now that's worth like really diving into. And then I paint. That's what
You
I've been
paint.
doing.
A lot of miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm almost done.
You've painted, so that's one of the things I think we should do more. We should do some more strength and gaming game nights, and also actually to that vein, we're gonna just in a couple of weeks.
Get naked and
maybe
jump
3
into the
weeks,
pile.
It's Extra Life.
Oh yeah.
November 4th is game day. We haven't officially decided on something. I mentioned to Heather, I mentioned that maybe that some people were interested in 7 days, and she was like, "You guys always fucking play 7 Days to Die."
Well, it's easy to do that.
I'm tired of fucking 7 Days to Die. I'm not.
It's easy.
I'm not, but she is. But yeah,
It's easy to get sucked into it for
November 7th. Yeah, that's my argument, is like it is the easiest game to play for 24 hours. Like, it's super easy to play for long periods of time.
Yeah.
But Sal's been painting like all on my board game figurines as well. So like we need to do more. Like, we didn't even get to do that. I had a few regrets about the party. One, I apparently completely forgot music altogether. Two, we didn't really do any gaming. I guess we just, and it, the storm came and stuff. But anyways, what do we have in the
Everybody died in that storm, by the way.
Yeah, we all died in that storm, but we're all ghosts now.
They fucking totally missed us. We were shitting it. It was like, oh my god, we're gonna die. He went into the desert. It's like,
yeah, that was the funny thing. There was not only was there a hurricane on the way, it got or typhoon got dropped down to a tropical storm during the recording of the 200th episode. But after it got downgraded all the way, it was like pouring rain, and I was recording my other podcast, my Eve podcast with Frozen in this studio for the first time. He was in this studio, and there was an earthquake during the
Oh, yeah.
live
Yep.
Twitch.
He got the double whammy.
Like,
He's like, oh, I'm
I
never
was-
coming
Yeah,
to
I
the
was
West
like-
Coast
yeah,
ever
really.
That
again.
earthquake was wild.
I was like, what?
He didn't fucking feel it.
No, he didn't feel it, but like I was
felt
like,
it.
I'm used,
I
I'm used to
remember looking at
earthquakes.
Kat like,
Hyper,
We're
I'm
like,
what was
hyper
that?
sensitive to
What was
earthquakes
that?
because I grew up with earthquakes, living on top of the fucking San Andreas fault, right? And I go, there ain't no wind blowing. Why are the ceiling fan things going back and forth? You know, like that's an earthquake. And then we verified it because you guys just start fucking blowing up the chat. Earthquake. But yeah, so we have a lot of news to catch up on since then. Sal, why don't you get us started with that?
Let's see, what news do we got? We got a lot of news. Let's see, what do we have?
Got to pour Coke in the whiskey, and I was
Oh, dude,
pleasantly
that's
surprised.
It's more whiskey than Coke.
I got you.
I
So
drink a lot of whiskey.
the staff that works with at Project CD Project Red decided to unionize because
What's that?
it's a union. It's when a group of people with the like-minded cause
Hey, calm down.
decide to hold
Let's get
hands.
let's
The
get too political.
sass.
Calm down. I don't want Strength of Gaming to unionize on me.
Like, it's already written to the contract. We can't.
The non-existent contract.
After 3 waves of layoffs. So I mean, since Cyberpunk was they were done. You know, they bolstered their ranks. It's like most game companies, right? Big things coming around, so they hire extra people and then they lay them off. But when Cyberpunk first released, they didn't make any money, so they laid off a lot more people, and they decided to unionize. I don't understand why there isn't already, like, if you're like some sort of a game dev, knowing the cycle it is, have a union where companies come to you and says, hey, I got this spot size needs, you know. And he's like, we got some good ones over here and some bad ones over here. And then they give you whatever staff you need. Kind of like what was that, Apple One? For like IT people.
Oh, right. Yeah. The temp agency.
Yeah. And just you lend out your employees and they work on your project for however long, and then they come home.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a lot easier for especially like animators, for sure, are the same way. Once the project's done, they're out of a job and they move on to another city or another state.
And it's also there's crunch time in both of those, huh?
Yeah. Oh, there was bad crunch at CD Projekt Red for Cyberpunk.
So that's one of the things that people forget, I think, is about crunch. Like, it's like not only do you know, it's like a contracty gig, like you're gonna get let go. It's a contract gig, but it's not, right? Like, that's the thing that's kind of like that. Usually not. Like with contractors, you have like a contract that says I got 12 months and I'm done or whatever. But like it's with most of, I would say, of game devs and stuff, it's like you just have in your mind, it's like once the game's done,
it's a gig.
I'm gone.
Yeah,
and not only that,
gig.
but at the several weeks towards the end of when it's supposed to be done is the crunch is like the most grueling and ridiculous, underappreciated, I think.
Yeah, so they decided to unionize. That's good. Hopefully they can get something out of it, though. I don't know how well the unions work in Poland, though. But the Cyberpunk DLC, amazing. Very well.
That's what I've heard. I've had a lot
Yeah,
of
I was
friends.
gonna say,
I'm
is
still
it-
waiting for the Bang Idris Elba fucking mod, though.
Is
I'm fucking
yeah,
lagging it.
okay. I think you answered my question for me. I was gonna ask if it was worth it yet, and apparently, clearly not. Until I can bang Idris Elba, I don't want the game.
You have to be able to romance.
I didn't even
him.
like. I barely knew about it. Like, I saw a Netflix on Netflix. I saw an ad, and I was like, "Is that Idris Elba?" And I was like,
Yeah, they interviewed him and told him what they had done with Keanu Reeves with Johnny Silverhand, and he was like, "What?"
Johnny Silverdong, and he was
And
like,
then-
"I need to be."
They said that they were probably going to sexualize his character, and he was like, he was kind of weirded out.
I mean, you should have expected it.
Yeah.
Please, come on.
If you can rule 34 Jonas, you can rule 34 the agent. What else we got? Oh, the Unity CEO stepped down. He's probably
Finally.
he's probably going to end up at EA or something.
He needs to just
he's a roach, dude.
get out of gaming industry in general.
The fuck
Like go
out.
away somewhere else. Because that's like not the worst thing that he's done. He was like,
well, he was a shitty CEO at the previous company he was at, and then he got fired.
He kind of started the loot box thing too. So like, he's just a devil that needs to just go,
just leave.
I'm sure he'll land on his feet, like working for a big company again.
Yeah, unfortunately,
and tank them, and
that's the way it works.
Get his money and move on to the next one.
Everybody fails up in the corporate.
So world. Jim Ryan, Sony CEO is stepping down.
Wait,
yeah, he's the one that run the PlayStation division. Well, no, this is the CEO of PlayStation and on.
Okay. Another gaming CEO steps down.
Yeah, that's
we're in the same area. I wasn't,
So he was at Sony for like, what was it, like 20 years or something like that? Since like PS1 era, I think he was there, and he moved up the ranks. But holy shit, end of an era. He's been there for like all of the shit. But you know, I think he said he was stepping down, and for family purposes, I think he got fired. He probably got fired because
then he gets a golden parachute at least.
Yeah, because the whole Microsoft thing and not being able to keep Microsoft from, which moves on to the segue for the next story. Microsoft finally bought Activision Blizzard King.
Black Division.
So now we're gonna have World of Warcraft on Xbox. Boom. Be using the control plan. Very nice.
Way past when I ever cared anything about fucking WoW at this point, man. It's been like 20. It's been like, how old am I?
I think their main reason,
like 12 years at least since I played WoW at all.
Mm-hmm. The main reason they got it was for King, and maybe some Activision games like what does Activision have? COD. It's pretty much. Because the Blizzard
COD.
stuff.
Does anybody care about COD anymore?
Apparently,
some people still do.
It's the same people that care about like FIFA and other bullshit.
Yeah, because looking at Blizzard was like they're not really getting much out of Blizzard. It's like what Diablo 4 next season is gonna suck ass. But Microsoft owns them now. It's like we got all the shit that sucks. Thanks. Fuck, it was something like $50 billion or some shit like that.
Hey, maybe they'll make it better.
Well, speaking of that, Bobby Kotick was in charge of Activision, who okayed the dude culture. He's out, and at the end of the year, he's done. So we still don't know who's going to be coming.
Dude culture? Do you mean rape culture? Sorry.
Well, did they sexually assault people? I mean, there's so much bad shit that was going on.
It's not. I mean, whether they did or didn't, though, like it's the culture of Blizzard was just that gross.
I just almost took a drink
easily,
and I would have spit it out.
Like that. Yes,
if I was a second earlier.
So much shit came out of Blizzard alone. It's like,
yeah.
Did somebody get raped? Maybe they murdered somebody. I heard somebody got run over.
I'm sure somebody got murdered too.
But
that's less concerning, Sal. We're not talking.
Yeah, well, he was the one that was in charge of all that shit. And he's out. So his golden parachute. I want you guys to guess how much he's getting.
This is sorry. Which
I'm
company
not
was
good
this
at the
again?
guessing game.
Bobby
No,
Kotick, he was in charge of Blizzard, and he's in charge of Activision Blizzard King now.
Blizzard. Oh, okay.
100 million.
I want to say, yeah. That's a little high. Maybe I could be wrong. I want to say it was at least in the 10 to 15 million range.
Kat, you got a guess?
Wait, you said 10 to 15. Subly said
Like
100.
million.
So I'll meet in the middle. I'll go 50 million.
No, you're supposed to say 100 million in a dollar or
No.
That's how you
I
win.
told you I'm bad at this.
That's how
you
you
going
win.
away,
Price
you
is
going in
Right.
the middle, you said? What's your
Yeah,
guess then?
50 million.
Pretty close. $345 million.
Jesus
Jesus
Christ! We were all
That's what he gets for stepping down.
way off. Way off.
Holy
Close
shit.
in what world?
Way off. Yeah,
You could've-
it's a different
you-
dimension, Sal.
You could have combined all your guys' guesses. It's still not been enough.
Oh my
That
god.
was like,
Good Lord.
you forgot that I played Dimension the Dice in defense
Fucking,
mode.
that's a golden
That's a
spaceship,
different-
dude. They gave him a
that's a
golden
different-
spaceship.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
a
a
parachute.
golden a golden fucking rocket.
It's like,
I was
holy-
I
you
yeah.
see,
oh,
fucker
wow.
loses upwards, dude.
Even if you multiplied my guess by 10, I was not even halfway there, and Subly was almost a third of the way there.
Yep.
Especially after overseeing all the misogyny and all the fucking gross shit that happened. He gets $345 million to leave.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much like the world's capitalistic culture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I would like to just blame the US, but it's all over the place.
That's that whole he got grandfathered in, dude. So
There's only like two things that cause conflict in the world. One is religion and one is money.
yeah. Just like,
And
well,
they're
he's
often intertwined.
he's from a different time, you know. You gotta understand.
Yeah, right? Fuck that guy. Fuck him.
So Blizzard released the trailer for next season
Fuck
of
Blizzard.
it's just something,
Yes, fuck Blizzard.
and it sucks. They're fixing stuff that they were supposed to fix, and in the trailer they showed the before and after picture of how dungeons are going to be run.
Was it like Sonic versus Sanic?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just slight tweaks, but in the trailer alone they flipped it. So the before was the after, and the after was the before. And then later on,
What?
yeah, the before was the after map, and the after map was actually the before map. They flipped it. They flipped it, and
They basically
put out a
flipped the
video.
labels.
Yeah, they flipped the labels. Oh, this means up.
Pull,
But,
not push.
And then later on, they showed the quick maps. It was how XP was going to work for that season. It was like 1,000 times 40% equals 1040. Do the math.
What?
1,000 times 40% equals 1040.
Plus,
No.
did they
times-
also flip
That means that would be
the
400.
operator? Like,
That would be 400.
It was plus 40. It wasn't plus 40%. It was plus 40. That was their first math. And then the next one was like 1,200 times, what was it, 1.5 parentheses 1.2. Anyways, it was supposed to come out to like 1,400 XP or something like that. And it came out to like 1080 or some shit like that. Their math was so fucked up. Mind you, this is an official video they were putting out.
nice.
And all the buffs and debuffs that they're putting in are just fucking hot garbage again. They're gonna just narrow down what you can wear again. Like when we played it in the beta, that shit was amazing. Because I had 3 or 4 different builds that I can run that were viable. And the game comes out, they nerf a bunch of shit. Now I have 2. Then they nerf some more shit. Now I have one. If you want to do high end content, you got one specific build you can run. I gave it another 2 years. If they don't fix it by then, this game is fucking done. Like their player base is like a whole 8 persons. Somebody commented on that video too. It's like, oh shoot, the whole 30 people that are playing your game will be. I'm sure they're psyched.
Yeah, I haven't even finished it.
You guys have phones, right?
I played the shit out of Diablo Immortal till I hit the paywall, and I was like, okay, it's fine. I got through the story, but this shit's like, ugh. I'm thinking they're doing it on purpose so they can just shut the game down. So if nobody's playing it, we can just stop.
Yeah.
Yep. Just like they did with the Evil Dead game. Nobody played it and they shut it down in like a year.
Oof.
The game was fun. I got to play it in the beta.
I remember really wanting to play it, but I just never got around to it, and now I'm kind of sad.
Just they didn't fix a lot of shit because the entity is way too fucking powerful. It can ramp so fucking quickly and just drop like high end fucking deadites and shit. Yeah, it was very very broken. It was very very seldom when the humans would win the living. Because the deadites would just get so fucking strong.
As it should be, fast. But yeah, I understand, the balance in video games. But yeah, it's sad. The game was fun. There was some of the one-liners from the shows and the movies. Nice. But, died. I'm guessing the Friday the 13th one's going to die the same way. There's nobody playing it. I tried playing it on Xbox and I thought that was already dead.
It.
Oh,
the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Chainsaw Massacre.
I said
Friday the 13th.
Which is also a asymmetrical horror game that
that's why I
has
said
a low player base.
Was already dead.
Yeah. The Chainsaw Massacre one. No.
I mean, it was fun. I didn't
you
like
can already
being
play Bubba in Dead by Daylight.
So like I didn't like that. I played it on Game Pass, so it was free. But I didn't like that you had to have a Bubba in every lobby, and like nobody wanted to play him because he was terrible.
Yeah.
Like he was the worst killer that you could be.
The rest of the family was a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it.
I loved Sissy. I would just play her every time. I did not like being a survivor. I don't know. I just never found it fun. Whereas like in Dead by Daylight, surviving could be fun.
Yeah, especially if you juke the shit out of the fucking killer and just make him rage.
I mean, it seems like Dead by Daylight is still going strong.
Somehow.
It's trickling along. They have a very, very loyal, very loyal. They got a very loyal community.
They really do.
Yeah.
Which is the same way with Hunt. Hunt has a very loyal community.
Well, Hunt isn't. I still like Hunt. I just haven't played it in a while.
Yeah, I've taken a big long break.
Yeah, I'm on a hiatus from Hunt. Right
Nothing
now.
wrong with that. Sometimes you need a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about the.
I want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about this. No, now we think we have to. You can't say I don't want to talk about it.
It was about that live streamer that in the escort that he filmed on was it Kick?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of gross.
Fanatic.
Yeah. Kind of gross.
Basically, this guy hired an escort to come to his like apartment or something, and he was streaming on Kick and didn't tell her.
Oh. That's like privacy and other legal issues.
Yeah. That's not no.
For a while, like Kick wasn't doing anything about it,
right? Even that could be close to that too.
Yeah. Especially if it's not done with their consent.
Well, yeah,
But
that in this case,
And like
it sounded
the
it wasn't.
owner of
That's why I
Kick
said that.
like thought it was funny.
yeah,
like,
he was
Oh.
laughing and
Oh,
it was,
no.
it's kind of gross. It was like,
yeah.
Oh no.
So Kick is a mess, basically.
Yeah, there's a lot of the platforms, social media platforms out there are pretty fucking terrible right now.
Yeah.
As Kat will learn soon because I introduced her to something that she needs to start watching.
Well, that's
But-
YouTube, right?
No, but it's not. No, I'm not saying YouTube. I mean, yes, the thing I want you to watch is on YouTube,
Got
but
it.
social media and stuff has been a new vehicle for creeps and pieces of shits to reach out to a broader audience, especially a young audience.
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
especially if you want fentanyl, go on TikTok.
Oh,
You can get-
Jesus Christ. Don't tell people that.
They're already
And
there's on the
Kat,
news.
Kat,
They were
the
talking
people
about
that are
it on the
listening to
news.
this show know fucking better. Okay, like
Oh, my
there are kids
Lord.
on TikTok and shit that like there's social media that's so unregulated. Oh, okay. I don't want to go that far left, but you know what I mean. Like it's like unchecked completely, right? I'm not necessarily saying that the government needs to regulate everything, but like in this case, you know, in the cases of all this new stuff, there needs to be something because it's
Mm.
bad.
Mhm.
Like the amount of access that bad actors have, you know, to innocent people because of the interwebs and social media has grown exponentially
Mhm.
in the last like several years.
Yeah.
It's 'cause
Social
of
media
those-
is.
It's all
it's a
the
beast.
NPCing is making people fucking dumb.
Oh, fuck off with that. That was some stupid shit that Eddie shared in our chat.
Oh, you just heard about the NPC shit? That's been
Yes,
going on for a while.
Mhm.
I understand that, Cap, but we the majority of us are old and we don't use shit like
Yeah, we're
TikTok or
old.
Snapchat or whatever. But apparently Eddie does. I don't know what that's saying. But,
Eddie's fishing for chimpies.
Yeah, well, there's just been like, I don't know. It's bad. It's
Some of
bad.
the trends, yeah, that they're like
I
what was
I
this?
understand- I understand
Sniper Wolf doxed. I forgot
why.
who.
Yeah, there was that whole thing about she doxed somebody for God, they had like a beef or something. Oh, because she does fuck. I just watched a video about this. My brain's not working. Anyways, I don't think it's not really like directly gaming related anyway.
Yeah, but there's too much media and access to maps now very readily. And people could have found that person's house no fucking problems. Like, oh,
Yeah.
he's 5 minutes from where I'm shooting. And it's like, oh, now we know so and so lives in this general area. When it's
Yeah,
gonna be
right.
private.
Like if all you do is share a picture of somebody's like house and you don't manipulate it or blur anything out, that's doxing at this point because it's so
Yeah,
easy.
well,
to
now
just
you can run, you know, like
Google.
on what was it, like G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra? They figured out where the Cobra base was off of fucking the position of the sun at that time.
Fuck.
Like
That's crazy.
that's an actual thing you can actually do. The mathematics are there. You can
Trigonometry.
find out where you are in the world because of the angle of your shadow. I was like, you can do that on your computer with the calculator or
Yep.
more advanced
All that stuff.
mathematics
All
program.
that stuff. 90% of that stuff now is, you know, there's an app for that.
As sure Sam knows, you know, I saw you in the bushes the other day.
I'm a bush Wookiee in video games only. So.
My third time moving.
Well, but that's
Uh,
just you though. That's specific. We have an understanding. It's okay for me to stalk you.
What else we got? I think that's all we got for news. Pretty much covered it. Activision Blizzard's now owned by Microsoft, so expect Lost Vikings and shit. What was that? That battle racer game that they had?
They
Or,
don't
yeah,
even know what
was it?
Lost Vikings was, dude. They're youngins. I barely do that. It's an old Blizzard game.
Well, rip PlayStation. They're not gonna get caught anymore. Nobody wants COD.
And honestly,
Battlefield 2042, the newest one, is back, baby. I was playing the shit out of that. I love that game.
but shit, what was I saying?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't know, Stony McStonerface.
It's all good.
A
A little stone. A little stone. But yeah, I guess welcome back all the listeners. Strength in Gaming, we're still here. We didn't go anywhere. All those podcasts that have died before us, that we've interviewed them, they came on
Dude,
our
we
show.
outlasted them way
We've
fucking longer.
outlasted
dude.
all of the podcasts, and
Just
we'll
through-
continue.
Through sheer force of will.
Through sheer force of
And
rage.
Hey, I gotta hand it to y'all because it ain't my will that's keeping it going. You gotta fucking poke me and tell me when to start and stop and shit.
I'm mainly just doing it to spite people now.
But
Yep.
yeah, I know it's been a while since we last recorded, but we love you guys. And again, Extra Life is just around the corner. I'm hoping we can record another show before then, but if we don't, November 4th, for sure, November 4th is game day. We will be live on any one of our given Twitch channels. We have Sublyminality, we have Mythy Cat, we have Strength and Samson, and Dagum pending because he doesn't stream.
Daggum.
But yeah, raise money for the children's. If you do go to strengthandgaming.com or strcast.com, you will find link to our Extra Life, and you can donate there.
Sam's
Help
OnlyFans.
Children's Miracle Network costs. All of the proceeds from my OnlyFans go to Extra Life.
Samson will show
that
his
sounds
dick on
very-
OnlyFans if
That
you
sounds
raise
very
money
suspect. That
for
sounds
Extra
extremely-
Life.
He will show his pinky toe.
extremely suspect. Yeah, show feet. But yeah, have a good night, you motherfucking nerds.
Good night.
Good night.
Goodbye. Thank you so much to all the nerds that listened. You can find us at strengthandgaming.com or email us at info@strcast.com.